Before we begin, let me remind you what happened in the previous episode, as things were looking bad and the Titans were in danger. Kraken, the sea beast that rested in the Mariana Trench, had been killed by a Mecha-Kraken, which had attacked the rebellion base in the ocean. But Godzilla, after months of being missing, made a grand intervention, destroying this massive machine. Apex, now led by James Garrick, whose plans were to exterminate all Titans with the support of humanity, had sent one of its prototypes to the Hollow Earth, the Mecha-Kong. Minus, Sebastian and Paula, from the Subscriber Rebellion, formerly known as Monarch, set out in one of their vehicles capable of reaching Hollow Earth with the mission of warning the Titans. Since the Maui were missing and protected by Mothra, they had to figure things out on their own. Before continuing, I remind you that if you missed the first episode, you can find it on my fellow creators' channel, Monsterverse Cartoon IA. And while you're at it, leave your powerful Titan-like like and subscribe to my channel because things are about to get epic. In Hollow Earth, after months of peace, Kong ruled alongside the other apes. Zuko and Shimo had rebuilt that dark and gloomy place that Scar King had left behind as his legacy. They raised the great towers and temples of the ancient Kong lords, and had crafted a grand throne for their new king. Now they hunted in groups, and in one of these hunts, Zuko led the group. Despite being small, he had great leadership potential, and the other apes respected him. Near a dangerous area inhabited by Warbat, Zuko and the others chased a pair of T-Rexes. They began fighting them, exchanging some blows, but due to the Kong's size, they had no trouble. It seemed like a peaceful day until a massive Warbat suddenly appeared, grabbing Zuko and strangling him tightly. The other apes ran to his aid, but at that moment, something fell from the sky. It was rushing down as if it were a meteorite, and when it hit the ground, it caused a massive tremor and a giant cloud of dust. From within that thick cloud of dust, two bright red lights emerged. As they advanced, the ground trembled, leaving everyone frozen in place. Suddenly they stopped, and a powerful red laser shot out of nowhere, striking both the Warbat and Zuko. The Warbat exploded into 1,000 pieces, and Zuko was lucky to escape, but he fell to the ground, terrified, staring at those lights. When the dust settled, he couldn't believe what he was seeing with his own eyes. It was the Mecha-Kong, a 120-meter tall metallic beast with weaponry never seen before. One of the apes grabbed Zuko, picked him up, and ran away. The rest of the group confronted the metal beast to protect Zuko and buy him time to escape. The apes landed several blows on Mecha-Kong, pushing it back, while two managed to grab its metal arms. The third grabbed a massive rock, jumped, and struck Mecha-Kong's head, but it barely moved. Mecha-Kong grabbed two of them with its hands and hurled them through the air. When the last one standing tried to attack, Mecha-Kong transformed one of its arms into a sword using nanotechnology and stabbed the ape in the torso, making it collapse to the ground. As the other two struggled to get up, Mecha-Kong stomped on one of them with its enormous foot, then fired a powerful laser, instantly melting it. Before the other could react, a plasma cannon emerged from Mecha-Kong's shoulder and fired 3 shots at it, mortally wounding it. That mountain of metal was indestructible and set its course for Kong's kingdom. Meanwhile, Minus, Sebastian, and Paula arrived through another portal into Hollow Earth, very close to Kong's kingdom. They parked their ship and took a jungle route to get there as quickly as possible. I think we're getting close. The radar is picking up large heat signatures in that direction. Paula, check if the coordinates are correct. Everything's okay. We should be there in less than 20 minutes. Alright, let's stop by that lake for a moment to collect some water, and then keep going. Minus approached the lake's shore, crouched down, and filled his canteen with water. He stood up, ready to rejoin his companions, when a black, sticky tentacle grabbed his ankle, pulled him to the ground, and began dragging him toward the lake. Santiago screamed to alert his companions, but they were far away. Upon hearing him, they tried to rush to his aid, but another tentacle stretched out, wrapping around Sebastian's waist. Paula didn't know what to do, and just when it seemed all was lost, a katana sliced through the tentacle dragging Santiago, and a knife flew at high speed, piercing the tentacle holding Sebastian, freeing both from imminent danger. What just happened, Sebas? I don't know. I thought I was going to die. A massive black, slimy beast with a huge mouthful of sharp teeth and multiple tentacles emerged from the water. It resembled a giant slug or leech with tentacles. From behind 2 bushes, Jose Tornero and Knight Draco appeared. Jose Tornero slid across the ground with a bow and shot an explosive arrow at the monster's body. The explosion staggered the creature, making it fall, but it was still alive. It tried to get up, and Knight Draco climbed a nearby rock, jumped high into the air, and plunged his katana into the beast, slashing it deeply as he fell. When he landed, he simply stood up, cleaned his katana, and walked toward them while the beast, split in two, collapsed. "Who are you? And what are you doing here?" "My name is Minus, and these are Paula and Sebastian. We're part of the rebellion, formerly known as Monarch. And you? What are you doing so far from home?" "I'm Jose, and he's Knight Draco, but you can just call him Draco. Like Draco Malfoy from Harry Potter?" "Shut up, Sebastian, don't say dumb things. We are loyal subscribers, who have helped the Titans on numerous occasions. We are against their extermination. They have been here for thousands of years, long before us, and unlike what people believe, they protect us. Without them, we would all be lost." "But you didn't answer my question. What are you doing here?" "We've come to warn Kong. A billionaire has gone crazy. He wants to exterminate the Titans and is building mechs with a material that they are apparently extracting from Ghidorah's ship. And the worst part is that he has built a Mecha-Kong that is coming here." "All right, follow me. Let's not waste any more time talking. Draco, do a reconnaissance with Christian and report back with anything." With that, the subscribers, Jose Tornero, Paula, Minus, and Sebastian, set off towards Kong's kingdom. When they arrived, there were two giant Kongs with armor and spears that could be the size of a building. They took a step back and pointed their spear tips at them. Jose Tornero used his backpack's thruster and with gestures communicated with them, telling them they were going to see Kong and that they were in danger. This way, they were allowed to pass. The subscribers walked through the gigantic cave. There was a large river of lava, columns that seemed to have been built by the gods themselves, and a sort of grand hall where, in the distance, they saw Kong's great throne, with him sitting on it. There, in a nook between some rocks, was the house of Pedro Leonardo, another channel subscriber who had decided, with Kong's permission, to stay behind to study the Titans and the fauna of the Hollow Earth. Pedro came out to act as an interpreter. The others told him what was happening, and Pedro stood in front of Kong and, using sign language, explained what was going on. Kong jumped up from his seat with a start and let out a growl of anger. At that moment, one of his apes came in with Zuko in its arms, and very agitated, they told Kong what had happened. Kong let out a roar and started beating his chest, grabbed the axe from the floor, and raised his other arm with his metal fist, signaling everyone to get ready to protect his kingdom. Zuko wanted to go, but Kong pushed him aside with one arm and told him to stay. Only Kong, riding Shimo, who had responded to his call, went out to the gates of the kingdom. Kong ordered the guards at the entrance to close the gates and remained a few meters away, waiting for the Mecha-Kong to arrive. It didn't take long for it to happen. They heard loud thumps and tremors in the ground, and there it was, that huge metallic beast. It let out a robotic roar. Kong and Shimo roared in unison and ran to fight this great battle. If you don't want to miss the next episode, remember that it will be posted on the Monsterverse Cartoon IA channel. Let me know what you thought of the episode in the comments, and beware, because the Mecha-Kong is loose and could come after you if you don't follow this channel.